What's up, family? Man, I'm gonna give you guys a minute before I get started. Come on in, come on in. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could readjust the camera. So, I know this is short notice. I don't know how many people is gonna be on this live. I normally don't do them this early, but I want to jump on and do this one. And my plan is to come back later on at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and do the second live. Um, so we're gonna be doing two lives today. Man, on behalf of my mother-in-law, man, may God bless each and every one of you that come on this live. Today we're talking about legacies. Legacies. There's so many people talking about, man, what their legacy is going to be. There's so many people stressing over, man, what they're going to be able to leave their kids. There's so many people stressing over, man, I don't have this money. I don't have the land. I don't have the businesses. I don't have whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop to leave my kids, my ancestors. Man, what's my legacy going to be? You know what I mean? What are they going to think about me 20 years from now, 100 years from now when I'm no longer here? You know what I mean? It's the truth because I struggled with this. I struggled with this. And I thought about, man, I was looking at all the stuff that I had accumulated when I was in California. Man, I had a limited edition convertible blue Mercedes Benz. I had my truck. Man, I had all my books. I had all my guns. Just all this stuff, that I accumulated. Books and books and books, record albums, just all this stuff, artwork from all over the world. And I'm looking at all this stuff. It's like, man, what is this my legacy to my kids? Is this what I'm gonna leave behind my kids? Are they gonna be arguing and fighting over this stupid stuff? Out of all the stuff that I have, man, the most valuable thing that I believe I had at that time, it wasn't the Mercedes Benz, it wasn't my Silverado pickup truck, man, it wasn't all my ARs that I built. It wasn't all the ammo and all the stuff man, the greatest possession that I believe I had at that time were my books and my CDs of philosophical CDs. You know what I mean? Those are my greatest possessions. Those are the things I valued the most. It wasn't the artwork from Africa, the artwork from Asia that was handmade and all this other. Man, that wasn't. It was nice having that stuff, but that wasn't the most valuable thing that I had. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at all this stuff. It's like, my kids don't give a crap about this stuff. My grandkids ain't gonna give a crap about this stuff. You know what I mean? I know how they think. I know what they think about. They're gonna be like, man, let's just sell this crap and let's get some money for it. You know what I mean? And that's their mentality. You know what I mean? To each their own. You know what I mean? We all have different styles, different flavors. You know what I mean? And that wasn't necessarily their style. We're talking about legacies. And so I'm sitting and I'm like, God, what is my legacy gonna be to my kids? And God had to remind me, Elijah, you're looking at the wrong stuff. Elijah, when you look at Jesus, like Jesus never talked about legacy as far as being money. Jesus didn't leave behind money. And Jesus was quote unquote Yahshua, Christianity's based on his life. He didn't leave behind a legacy of money. He left behind a legacy of dealing with our pain and walking in our purpose and having a relationship with God. That's his legacy. Man, when you're going to go through some shit, you need to know who you are. You need to have a relationship with God to help you get through this shit so that you can reach your full potential. Buddha. Buddha didn't leave behind, what's up with you, Karen? Buddha didn't leave behind money and wealth and all that other stuff. And yet his life has impacted hundreds of millions of people. Same with Christ. These people didn't leave behind great wealth as far as finances. But their messages to humanity, their messages have inspired, encouraged, helped reach millions, billions of people that came long after these people died, thousands of years ago. That's the type of legacy that Christ, that can be the only thing that you leave behind. And if you didn't leave millions behind, if you didn't leave great business, you suck as a person. If you don't leave millions behind, if you don't leave behind all this wealth for your family and all this other, then you didn't do anything. And that's a false notion. That's a false misconception of living, of fulfilling your purpose. Buddha didn't leave money behind. And nobody walking this planet today has impacted or is impacting the lives that Buddha reached. Jesus Christ didn't leave behind billions and companies and all this other, and yet his life has impacted lives in the all these quote unquote great preachers and teachers will not reach and have the impact that Jesus had. And I don't give a damn how rich they are. I don't give a damn how charismatic they are. They will not have the imprint or impact that Jesus did. They will not have the imprint or impact that Buddha did. And those people, the greatest teachers, didn't leave money behind. The greatest role models didn't preach and teach about wealth as far as finances. It's a trip how today everything is money, 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 money. Man, you gotta be financially blessed. You gotta have this, you gotta have this. Man, that's not what Jesus talked about. What's up with you, Jose? That's not what Buddha talked about. Where did this understanding of leaving this type of legacy, where did this crap come from? That's not the legacy of my ancestors. And what I'm going to part African, part Native American. We didn't give a crap and talk about financial money or financial planning, and we didn't talk about wealth in that aspect. What's up with you, Loretta? We didn't talk about living a fulfilled life just in the standards or just in the what you've left behind as far as monetary wealth, as far as material property. That didn't determine how good you lived as a person. That didn't determine how spiritual you were. That didn't determine your impact on humanity. But at some point in time, man, we completely shifted. At some point in time, we completely shifted and became so materialistic. We shifted and became so stuck on money, 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 money. Money makes the world go around. No, it don't. And when we miss the thing, money's the root of all evil. And that's not what the Bible says. It's the love of money. It's the root of all evil. And that's not even necessarily true. Stay with me. And so we have to grow up. What is your legacy going to be? What is your legacy? It's a trip because there's so many people that are doing the work. You may not leave behind millions of dollars. You may not leave behind great businesses. Don't let that minimize, don't let that stop you from understanding who you are. Here's the trip. A curse breaker, generational curse breakers, for those of us that come from traumatic experiences, for those of us that grew up in chaotic life, childhoods, those of us that are attached to fucked up and twisted and toxic ass family members, you know what I mean? And for those of us that grew up in this type of environment, man, the greatest thing that you can leave behind your kids and your ancestors isn't fucking money. The greatest thing you can leave behind to them is how to heal. To show them how to heal and how to resolve that bullshit and how to free their mind. Later on, I'm gonna on the next live that I do later on today, 6 o'clock. Man, we're gonna talk about Buddha. We're gonna talk about some of the teachings of Buddha and how important those teachings are. The Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path. And you don't have to be Buddhist to understand this. You don't have to be Buddhist to follow this stuff. Okay? Man, we have to grow up. And we have to understand, man, the greatest thing you can do for humanity. What did Jesus do? What was Jesus' legacy? Jesus just came and he just taught us to love. To love. He was asked, man, what's the greatest things that I could do? What's the greatest of the commandments? Jesus simply said two things. Love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Those are the most important things. That's what Jesus taught. That was the example that Jesus gave. So when you look at the life of Jesus, Yahshua, whatever, man, his life wasn't about, man, money, 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 money. In fact, he had an issue with how people treated money. The two examples of money that I can recall in regards to the Bible and Jesus, Jesus told one of the disciples, go catch a fish. We have to pay taxes. Go catch this fish. And in the fish's mouth, you'll find the money we need to give Caesar his taxes. The disciple went and caught this fish and found a coin, and they paid their taxes. The second time we hear Jesus talking about money, it wasn't really Jesus talking about money. Jesus went into the temple where the people were slanging shit, and people had all the tables and all these animals. This was supposed to be the house of God. And they had all these tables and all these businesses and all this other shit, slanging shit in the church. And Jesus made a whip of leather and walked into the church and started flipping over the tables. Money was scattered everywhere, chasing the people and the animals out with a whip. And he said, you people made my house a house of thieves. Jesus wasn't fixated on money like we are. Jesus wasn't caught up into money like we are. What part of his life tells us that, man, we have to chase the bag? What part of his life tells us, man, I got to go get on this job and work this job I hate for fucking 8 to 10 hours a day, being miserable as fuck, man, dealing with all these toxic ass people. I'm stressed the fuck out, going to work, stressed the fuck out, coming home from work, stressed out at work. That's not being Christ-like. That's not being God-like. That's not leaving a proper legacy. You're going to a place you can't stand, doing some shit you can't stand. That's not being Christ-like. What the hell are you teaching your kids? What the hell are you teaching those that are coming up behind you? We're talking about establishing a powerful legacy. The greatest legacy that you can show them is being a generational curse breaker. What do I mean? Man, and you know, generational curse breakers, they don't get no fucking credit. Nobody acknowledges the shit that they did. Nobody acknowledges the pain and the suffering and the brokenness that they've gone through. Nobody cares about that shit. All they want to know, how much money did you make? How is that paying my bills? How is that going to pay my way through college? How is that going to buy me a new car? How is that going to take me on vacation? How is that going to pay my rent? That's all people are fixated on. That's all they want to know. And if you're not talking money, it don't make sense because they're ignorant as fuck. They're ignorant and don't even understand how ignorant they are. We'll talk more about that later in this evening. Legacy. You live your legacy. See, the trip is, no matter how you live your life, no matter what you do in your life, that's your legacy. Years from now, after you're gone, that's what they're going to remember you by. If all you done your whole fucking life is slam dope and be a drunk, that's all they're going to remember you by. You was a fucking drunk. You was a fucking drug addict. All you did was go back and forth to the penitentiary. You was just a fucking career criminal. You was a fucking convict at your soul, at your heart. That's all you did. You didn't do shit. You're going to leave a legacy, whether that's your intention or not. What is your legacy going to be? Is your legacy just to your fucking kids? Oh, I got these kids, and this is my legacy to my kids, and I'm going to leave each of them this, this, and that. Or do you have a global picture? Or do you have a more pressing legacy? A more impactful legacy? See, everybody that knows you gonna have an opinion of you based on their experiences with you. That becomes part of your legacy. Man, may I live the life. May my legacy be, and then this is what I strive every day, is that my legacy is, man, to help people heal. To help people heal. Man, to help people understand that they don't have to stay in this toxic fucking mentality. They don't have to stay in this suffering mentality, this victim mentality. They don't have to stay in this lack mentality. Man, part of my legacy, man, to help people learn how to fall in love with themselves. See, because it doesn't matter all the money you leave if you strung out on dope. If you hate yourself. You miss the whole purpose of your experience here. If you never learn how to love you, how to fall in love with you, how to adore you, how to deal with your trauma and your issues, and then flip that and teach other people how to heal and deal with their shit, you miss the whole purpose of your experience here on life, on this planet. Yes, we came to have fun. Yes, we came here to experience a whole bunch of things, but every one of these things that we came to experience are to teach us some things. They're to teach us some things. I went to China, Japan, Okinawa, South Korea. I've been a lot of places. But when I sit back and I think about, man, what did I learn? See, because there's one thing just to go on vacation, just to have fun, to get turned up and get lit, just to have a party. And to each their own. That's not why I go on vacation. I go on vacation, part of my growth and development process. I want to see how beautiful life really is. I want to see different cultures and how they live. I want to see the beauty in each culture. I want to enjoy nature and all the splendor that it has to offer. I want to be able to walk along the shoreline or the beach or the nature, woods, parks or whatever, and just be able to just take it all in. Be like, man, God loved me so much that he created this park for my enjoyment. God loved me so much that he created this beach, this sunset, this sunrise for my enjoyment. What is your legacy gonna be? What is your legacy gonna be? Man, I hope and pray that you grow up and understand your legacy is not about leaving businesses. That's nice. But what good is leaving a business if your kids don't know how to handle the business? What good is leaving money if they never dealt with their fucking issues and you never taught them how people with businesses and money and wealth and all that other shit, and they're strung out on dope? There's a whole lot of people with all that stuff, and they're suicidal and they're depressed. They're full of anger and hatred and bitterness, murder and malice, greed. It's nice having wealth. It's nice. I get that. But you know what's nicer? You know what's better than having wealth? Having peace of mind, having joy, having an intimate relationship with God, understanding who you are and walking in your power, walking in your authority. That's far more important than how much money you accumulate. That's far more impactful. And it's a trip. When you look at the two biggest religions in the world, Christianity and Buddhism, both of them have been fucked up and contaminated by man. Hey, you know what I mean? Both of them are fucked up now. But when you look at the teachers of the people where these religions came from, neither one of them pushed money. Neither one of them talked about accumulating wealth. In fact, Buddha walked away from wealth. His father was a king. He left all that behind. He left the palace and all of the money behind to understand life, to begin his spiritual journey. He left wealth behind. He left servants and all that stuff behind, not wanting anything to do with that. Jesus, from my recollection, only dealt with money twice: to pay his taxes and to clean out the temple, to show us how fucked up religion had become, to show us how fucked up humanity had become. We became so money hungry, so money centered, so business centered. That was our focus in everything. It's all about how much money you got, how much money you bringing into the church, how much money you bring into the coffers. Excuse me, there's another time Jesus mentioned money. He mentions the money with all the people are giving the offering, and the lady gives her one mite, her one penny. And he said that she gave more than all of them because she gave of all that she had. She gave all that she had. So Jesus was never about pushing wealth. Jesus was never about, man, accumulating money. That was never his thing. That was never Buddha's thing. And those two people have touched more lives and will have touched more lives than any other person on this planet. When you think about those two people, man, we're talking billions of people. Billions of people have been impacted by the life of Jesus. Whether you agree with his teaching of Christianity now or not. I don't agree with the fucking church today. I don't agree with the fucking Christianity today. I have nothing to do with church today. But that doesn't take away from what Jesus was talking about thousands of years ago. That doesn't take away from the example that he gave us thousands of years ago. When you look at Buddha's life, and again, Buddha walked away from money. Buddha walked away from the palace. He walked away from the palace. All that money, all that power, gave it all up. Why? To show us that it was never about money. Life has never supposed to be accumulating big things, having a lot of things. The Native Americans was never about having a lot of money. Africans was never about having a lot of land and a lot of money. That's not how those people lived at one with each other and one with the land. And yet somewhere along the line, we've lost that. We've lost that principle. We've lost that oneness, that connection with humanity, that connection with Mother Nature, with the planet. And it all became about money. How much money do you have? How rich are you? How rich are you? See, sister, we give more people props for having more money than we give people props for helping people heal, for helping people deal with their stuff. We'll put people that accumulated millions of dollars, we'll put them on this pedestal. And we'll worship these type of people. But then people that in the grind of, man, I'm trying to get down to the nuts and bolts. I'm trying to get down here into the dungeons, into the ghettos, into the broken places to help these people heal. To help these people break the cycle of brokenness. To help the people break the cycle of anger and racism. And being homophobic and all this other stupid shit. I want to help people heal. And see, we look at those people, it's like, oh yeah, they're morally good. Oh yeah, they did that. But man, they're not like these people up here. They're not like these motherfuckers up here. They got all of these millions and billions of dollars. They're the real movers and shakers in the world. They're the real powers to be. We say that those people are the real movers and shakers. We say that those people are the real power brokers because they have all that wealth. And again, I just showed you two people, Jesus, Buddha, who had no money. And they started a revolution. Two people who had no money, wasn't about money. And they changed the lives of billions of people. You can't become more of an impact. You can't be more impactful in humanity. What's up with you, Joker? Than help people heal and helping people reach their full potential. Helping people break generational curses. Helping people teach their kids who they are at an early age. See, that's the greatest thing that you can do for your family. Help them love themselves. Show them how to love themselves. Show them how to heal from all of their shit. And you show them these things by doing it yourself. You show them these things by role modeling it. I remember my younger kids came out to California. And I was getting ready to take them to Alaska on the cruise. And they had no understanding because that I was all about helping so many other people. They knew that I was about that. They knew that I was about that. From hearing me talk and seeing different things, but they were getting a totally different opinion from their mom. They lived with their mom, and their opinion and her opinion was totally different. Her and I, we have two vastly different ways of living. Our focus on life, totally different. Drastically different, night and day, like oil and water. We're just different. And so they're raised by their mom and they're getting this. You need this, get this, get this, get this. And then they come spend some time with me. And it's like, oh, fuck that shit. Hell no, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? It's not about that. And so that's confusing to them. Stay with me. We're talking about legacies. Talking about you live your legacy. And so they're seeing, and I'm taking my man, we're going to go feed the hungry. We're going out here to this park. It's a grimy ass park. We're going, and y'all coming with me. We're going to go feed these people. And we're going to be a part of a larger group. But we're going to go out there and we're going to feed these people. And we're going to talk to these people. And we're not pushing a religion. We're just going to talk to these people about life. We're not going to be out there taking pictures. Saying, look at what we did. And that. No, that's not what it's about. It's about meeting the people where they're at. And so my baby girl, my youngest, she looked at me, Jade. She's like, man, Dad, I never realized you were such a humanitarian. This is what we're talking about. Help your kids learn the value of who they are, their value. But you can only teach them that when you learn that. You have to know your value. When you're in a relationship and your daughter and son see you getting cussed out, see you getting beaten, see you getting cheated on, and you stay in that toxic relationship, you're showing them, man, your life has no value. On the flip of that, their life has no value. When they see you in and out of relationships, just having sex, just sex. Sex is of no value. Sex ain't that important. When they see you complaining about being on a job you hate, but you're going there because you make good money, you're showing them, man, you have to sell out for money. Money's the most important thing in the world. It don't matter if this is causing you stress. It don't matter if this is fucking up your diet or if this is fucking up your health and your mental health and all this. Man, you go make that money. And that's what you're teaching them. And so now they become a slave to the fucking money. They become a slave to the fucking bag. And this is what we teach them. We have to teach these young people. We have to learn it ourselves. What's going to be my legacy? What are people going to remember me by? What is going to be my imprint on humanity? It's a trip. Everybody's talking to me about this Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix or somewhere. I'm not watching it. I don't watch stuff like that. But the trip is, that was his legacy. I'm old enough to remember what transpired when he first got arrested or before he got arrested. But that was his legacy. That was his legacy. That's all he'll be remembered as in history. He's dead and gone. 15, 20, 30 years later. That's all he'll be remembered as. That was his claim to fame. All of these actors, all these entertainers who've gotten strung out on drugs. Who've committed suicide. That becomes part of their legacy. That becomes part of their legacy. One of the things I used to do when I was as a counselor in prison was all the guys in my areas, 82 inmates, right? They all had to write an obituary, and up under the premise that they had 25 years left to live. In 25 years, God was going to come knocking on their door. It's time to go. You've had your time. Let's go. If these guys was going to get paroled in a year, 2 years, but they had 25 years left to live, I wanted them to write down, them under the premise that they had 2 years or whatever left of their prison sentence, but they had 25 years left in life. What did they want to accomplish? What did they want their family to be able to say about them in a positive, loving capacity at their funeral? What did they want to be remembered as? See, because there's one thing to have constantly gone in and out of trouble and in and out of jail and juvenile hall and prison when you were young. But now you got 25 years left to live. What do you want? There's a bird outside my window. What do you want, a pigeon? What do you want them talking about? You don't want your family just talking about you being strung out on dope, in and out of trouble with the prison system and with the cops and all that other stupid stuff. You don't want them talking about, man, you spent the last 50 years just homeless, just wandering up and down the streets, not having nowhere to go, not having nothing of your own, not having accomplished or done anything with your life. What do you want to accomplish in the next 25 years? When you're dead, what do you want them to be able to say? So you got to write it down. Why? Because I want to be able to, I'm a guy and I read every single one of them. And so every time one of them started acting up or started doing some stupid stuff, start wilding out, man, I pull them to the side. Like, man, come here, man. Didn't you say that you wanted to do whoop-de-whoop and you wanted da-da-da-da-da? And they was like, yeah. I said, okay. What you're doing right now, how is that helping you get to this point right here? How is this right here helping you reach your full potential? How is this helping you accomplish this? You want to accomplish this in the next 25 years. This is what you want to be remembered as. What you're doing right here, right now, is that in alignment with this? Or is that taking you back down another rabbit hole? A path you don't want to be remembered as. And so what I would tell them is like, man, this is yours. Keep this. But I need you to understand something. Every time you make a decision in life, what are you doing? Every time you wake up in the morning, what am I going to do today that's going to help me reach my full potential? What am I doing today that's going to help me impact the lives of others? What am I doing today that's going to help me reach and fulfill the legacy that I want to leave behind? Why? Because we live our legacy. Before you can leave your legacy, you live your legacy. If all you doing is running around being a drunk, that's going to be your legacy. If all you doing is running around being a hoe, then that's going to be your legacy. If all you doing is going to work and coming home, going to work and coming, but you ain't doing shit other than going to work and coming home, that's going to be your fucking legacy. You went to work and came home. You didn't do shit to help anybody else. You didn't do shit to make life better for anybody else. You didn't even work on your own growth and development. You just went to work and came home, went to work and came home, went to work and came home, and watched TV and vegged down on Netflix and ate and whooped it, got to bed, got up and did the same shit over and over and over and over and over. That's your fucking legacy. That's your legacy. That's what you're going to be remembered as. You live your legacy. Every day you get up and whatever you do that day, that becomes part of your legacy. All the people that you help, and you help them deal with their pain and their suffering, and you counsel them and you mentor them and you speak life and give them hope and joy. That's your legacy. That's your legacy. That's part of your legacy. It's a trip. Because at some point in time, everything went backwards. They flipped the world upside down. What I mean, it went from us being like Mother Teresa. It went from us being like Jesus Christ. It went from us being like Buddha. It went from us being like all these other great teachers and role models and examples in life of how we're supposed to be. To where now we want to be like Bill Gates. We want the money of Bill Gates. So we're doing everything we can to be like Bill Gates. We're doing everything we can to be like all these great investors. We're doing everything we can to be like all these Hollywood celebrities and entertainers. And here's the trip. Suffering is a part of life. Suffering is a part of everyone's life. We'll talk a whole lot more on that later on this evening in the next live. Suffering is a part of life. You can have so much more of an impact by helping people heal from their fucking suffering. By being a beacon of hope and love and compassion. To help people know, man, I don't have to stay like this. I don't have to stay in this darkened place. Regardless of where I came from, regardless of my ethnicity, I ain't got to stay like this. My kids ain't got to stay like this. I remember I didn't want kids. I didn't want no kids. None. Like my father. I thought that was the only type of father there was my father. And I didn't want to be like my father. I didn't want to bring kids into this fucked up world. And the world's not fucked up. Our mentality is fucked up. The world is not sick. Humanity is sick. The world is not toxic. Humanity is toxic. And so we got all these people talking, save the world, save the world, save. No, we need to save fucking humanity. We need to help humanity fucking heal. But we're not worried about humanity. We're worried about the fucking planet. The planet don't need us saving it. The planet don't need us rescuing it. The planet needs us to fix our fucking belief system. The planet needs us to get fucking healed. But we're not talking about healing ourselves. We're not talking about helping other people heal. We're not talking about our fucking greed. That causes us to pollute the ozone. That causes us to pollute the lakes and everything else. That causes all the stupid shit. We don't want to talk about that. The planet's sick. Mother Nature's sick. No, it's not. No, she's not. Your beliefs are sick. Your beliefs need to be healed. It is our legacy. It is our responsibility to deal with our shit and to help others deal with their shit. And if you're not doing that, then you're wasting your fucking life. And that's a hard pill to swallow because we've been taught, go get this money, go chase this bag. I'm doing my part. I'm paying my taxes. That's not what the fuck you came here for. You didn't come here just to pay some fucking taxes. You came here to be a beacon of hope and love. How the fuck are you gonna be a beacon of hope and love and you ain't doing shit? How the fuck are you gonna be a beacon of hope and love and compassion and a light worker, a healer, and all this other stuff, and you ain't doing a damn fucking thing but going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, chasing the bag, chasing, but you ain't doing a damn thing else. All you want to do is look pretty. All you want to do is look fly. I look good. I'm suited and booted. Look at my car. But you're not helping other people heal. You're not. And if the truth be told, we're part of the problem. We're part of the suffering. If you're not part of the healing process, then you're part of the problem. If you're not actively participating in your healing and your growth and development and the healing and growth and development of other people, then you're participating in the suffering of yourself and the suffering of others. I'm gonna say that again. Because we don't think about this shit. I'm just living my life and I'm going to work and I got this degrees and I got da. But if you're not doing what you came here to do, to be a beacon of love, a beacon of hope, a light worker, a healer, help people deal with their trauma and drama and all the other bullshit, if you're not actively participating in your growth and development and the growth and development of others, then you are participating in the suffering of yourself, the continued suffering of yourself, and the continued suffering of others. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. There is no gray room. There is no gray area in this. If you say you're a chosen one, you say you're a child of God, a light worker, a healer, what the fuck are you doing with your life? You giving yourself this title, what the hell are you doing? How can you be a light worker? How can you be a healer and you ain't doing a damn thing? How can you be that and you're not speaking life into anyone? You're not bringing hope to anyone. What is your legacy? What is your life? See, we look at, man, my legacy is going to be this. What is your life? Your life is your legacy. What is your life? Oh, I can roll a good blunt. I can hold my own alcohol. I got all these hoes. I'm pretty. I look good. That's your fucking life. Is that all there is to your fucking life? Oh, I got a good job. I've been on my job for a number of years and I'm deputy manager. I'm deputy Man, don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Ain't nobody fucking impressed with that shit except some other simple-minded motherfuckers. People that don't know any better. People that are still ignorant, still stuck in the matrix. They're impressed because you're Dr. So-and-so. They're impressed because you're CEO of this. They're impressed because you're deputy this or commissioner this or that. All this stupid shit. What are you doing to better humanity? What are you doing to show young ladies that, man, you ain't just got to suck and fuck every guy that's out there because they're giving you some fucking attention? Dudes, you ain't got to be fucking grimy and trifling the way you are. What is your legacy? There's a whole lot of people talking Jesus, but they're constantly spewing fucking hatred. They're constantly talking about Jesus, 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 Jesus. And everything out their fucking mouth is hate, hate, hate. They talk Jesus, but they're racist as fuck. I'm talking about black people too. They talk Jesus, but they're homophobic. They talk Jesus, but they're constantly tearing people down. You going to hell because you dressed like that. You look like Jezebel. You look like a harlot and all this other bullshit. What is your legacy? And I'm gonna give you a secret. I'm gonna tell you something. Jesus don't give a fuck how many people you bring to church. Jesus is not impressed by how many motherfuckers you bring to church. Jesus is not impressed by how many motherfuckers that say the sinner's prayer because you don't beat them down and talk to them and now they're saying the sinner's prayer. And the sinner's prayer is not helping nobody heal and deal with their fucking shit. We have to grow the fuck up. We have to grow up. What is your legacy? It's a rhetorical question. Because the real question is, what is my life? What does my life consist of? What am I doing with my life right here, right now? Damn 20 years from now when I'm dead. Damn 40, 50 years from now when I'm dead. What am I doing right here, right now? And I understand. I'm not ignorant of the fact that you're always going to have those people, regardless of what you do. They're going to have something evil to say. They're going to have something hateful to say. You're always going to have those haters. Mother Teresa had haters. Jesus had haters. Buddha had haters. But look at the impact of their lives. Look at the people that they helped. So you're always going to have a baby daddy, a baby mama, a mother, a daddy, an auntie, a cousin, somebody, an ex that you broke up with or whatever the case may be that don't like you. And they're always going to have something negative to say about you. Oh, yeah, you're great at helping people do this. But I remember when, but you didn't do this right. And I remember when you went to jail when you was 20 years old. And I remember but your overall impact on humanity has been to help, it's been to uplift and to inspire and to encourage. What does your life say about you? How do you spend your time? See, because every one of us has 24 hours in a day. Every single one of us. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how poor you are. Every single one of us has 24 hours in a day. How do you invest that 24 hours? How do you invest your 24 hours? Do you spend most of your time consumed with stupid shit on social media? Do you spend most of that time consumed with stupid shit on TV? Do you spend the majority of that time consumed in ignorant ass conversations, listening to toxic ass fucking music? How much of your 24 hours of the day do you spend? Man, God, give me something to speak to me. Speak through me. Give me something to say to the people. Give me something to say to this person. What am I supposed to say to this person? How am I supposed to help this person? How am I supposed to help this person heal and grow and all this other? What am I supposed to do? This person is in my aura. This person is in my area for a reason. We have this encounter for a reason. How am I supposed to help them? What am I supposed to learn from them? How are we supposed to impact each other's lives? What can I say? What can I write? What can I produce? What can I bring into the world today that's going to impact people's lives? Whether they ever give me credit for it or not, man, that don't matter. I'm not here for that stupid shit. I just want to help people heal. I just want to help people grow. I just want to help people reach their full potential. So many of us, we do this stuff and we do it for the wrong reasons. We do it because we want the public affirmations. We do it because we want the public praise. We want the acknowledgments. Oh, look at what so-and-so's doing. And so-and-so's doing this. And so-and-so's doing this. And so-and-so did. What's up with your Spider-Man? And so-and-so's doing this. Man, they're so great and they're so compassionate and they're so loving and they're so da. And we do it for those reasons. Because we need that attention. Not because we want to help people heal. Not because we want to really help people reach their full potential. Because if we wanted to help people reach their full potential and to heal and all this other, it wouldn't matter to us whether or not they ever acknowledged us. It wouldn't matter to you. What is your legacy? What is your life testimony? And the trip is, we look at all the stuff that we've gone through, negative, as our testimony. Every day of your life is your testimony. Every time you walk outside your home, that's your testimony. When people come across you and they don't even say, but man, there's something different about this person. Man, what is it different about you? That's your testimony. How you hold your head up is your testimony. It's your legacy. It's not just all the bad shit you've gone through that's part of your testimony. See, life can be going good for you too. You could have a nice job and paying all your bills and have more than enough. Here's the trip. Can you love yourself? Can you value yourself? Can you give to humanity when you're broken and when you have more than enough? When you're struggling and when you have an abundance? Can you still maintain that peace of mind? Do you still have that joy? Do you still have that peace? Do you still have a spirit of gratitude? Or do you waver? See, so many of us were like a feather just floating in the wind, just all over the place. High, low, high, low. I'm grateful, I'm ungrateful, I'm pissed off, I'm angry, I'm disappointed, I'm da-da-da-da. We're all over the place. We're all over the place based on our circumstances. The great majority of us Our peace and our joy is circumstantial. Our love is circumstantial. Our gratitude is circumstantial. What am I saying? Because we're so immature. If things are good, man, I'm good. I'm grateful. If things are good, man, I'm peace. I got joy. I'm happy. I got love to give. If shit's fucked up, man, fuck this shit and what to do, man, we on. You know what I mean? Shit's fucked up, man, fuck this. I'm not doing shit. I'm not trying to help nobody and blah, 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 blah. Because we have that victim mentality. Because we don't know how to deal with our shit. And so we're all over the place. And that becomes part of your legacy. That's part of your legacy. My hope and prayer is that I said something this Sunday morning that's helped you, you know what I mean? That's inspired you, that's challenged you, motivated you to take a different look at life. Take a different look at how you live your life. What are you doing? Don't wait till you're 52 years old like me and then just start talking about, man, that's going to be my legacy. Your legacy is what you do every day. Your legacy is what you do when nobody's watching you. And they say that integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one's looking. That's how we have to live our life. When we don't feel like nobody's paying attention, man, can I still sow love into the world? When nobody's giving us our props, man, can I still sow healing and growth and development into the world? Can I still plant these seeds? I may never see them come to fruition, but can I still break up this ground and plant these seeds? Can I still water these seeds? I might not live long enough to see this plant blossom. I might not live long enough to see this seed break up and become this tree bringing forth fruit. But can I still plant the seeds? Can I still water and nurture the seed? Or do I only do that when people are watching me? When people aren't watching you, when you don't think people are watching you, are you still loving? Are you still compassionate? Are you still giving? Are you still speaking life and love? Are you still giving gratitude? Even when you don't get your way, even when things don't seem to be working out for you, can you still be grateful? Can you still be loving? Can you still be compassionate? Can you still be a healer? Can you still be a beacon of hope and compassion and mercy? Man, I love you guys. Hope to see you guys again this afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about some deep shit tonight. You know what I mean? It's going to be deep. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace. Snap, I can't even turn this off.